Alright, so I'm here in Old Town Albuquerque, New Mexico, and I'm about to do the Ghost Town tour. Figured it'd be a good way to end my trip here in the Four States corner, my supernatural adventure. Yeah, so that's it. Let's enjoy the show and enjoy the tour.
How y'all doing tonight?
Good.
Good. Where y'all visiting from?
Florida.
Florida.
Washington, D.C.
Texas. What part? Dallas. All right, we'll talk to you tonight.
Chicago.
It'll get a little bit more scary.
The first tour attack is starting now.
All right.
How many miles are we walking?
7.35.
They got a free cowboy.
7.35.
That's there and back.
No.
7 miles.
Do I look like I've been walking 7 miles for a while? It ain't far. Come on, follow.
I got
I just realized I'm doing a haunted ghost tour with a full moon out. That's a good omen. Alright, so they're telling me that I can't record during the storytelling, but I'll tell a really quick story. So apparently this place here was a morgue back in 1905, or back in the Old West or at time, or like a long time ago, and they hung the mortician on where that tree used to be, and he basically haunted that place, and that's the basics of the story. So we're moving on to the next site. Again, they're telling me I can't record during the storytelling, but I can record in the journey, so that's what I'm doing. So he just played us some audio that they used to do for the ghost hunters back when the show. They were playing some EVP recordings, and for those of you who don't know what EVP is, that stands for Electronic Voice Phenomenon. Some interesting stuff. Some of it sounded Spanish to me, but we're going to continue on with our tour. He told an interesting story that in this area here where we are, this is where a bunch of bodies from people from the Spanish, Spanish people were buried here, and they had to dig them up because they were building like new sections of the building. So that's about all I got. That's a banshee. Kind of a spooky omen that there's a church right there, and there's a full moon tonight, and we're doing a ghost tour. Spooky omen. Alright, so the other story that they were telling us was that that establishment right there, back in the day, the Old West, used to be a saloon, and a prostitute, a redheaded prostitute, or saloon girl, sorry, she was killed by another rival saloon girl, and her ghost basically haunts this establishment here. So yeah. And they say that every once in a while, especially during fiesta, that people see a redheaded woman walking up on the second floor of that building, pacing back and forth because that was her section. So now they say that we're going to the most haunted location of the establishment here. So I'm going to turn off the camera. $5. $5 for rental? Not bad. Have you been picking up anything on that?
More so when we were just sitting back there, it was kind of on off a little bit.
Got these folks here, they rented a EMF reader. Kind of wish I brought mine. We're now touring through a dark alleyway where people have claimed to have seen a dead woman walking by here. So they just told us another interesting story regarding the redheaded lady. Long explanation short is that some guys followed her down this alleyway here, and then some weird shit happened, in which there's debate of whether or not it's true or not. But yeah, so this is the alleyway where it happened at. And it happened a few years ago. And the reason why I was shining my light in there is because he said that that's where she was last seen. So. Really wish I brought my ghost hunting stuff here with me. Well, this tour keeps on getting spookier and takes us into scarier parts of the neighborhood. So apparently there's a legend here in Albuquerque regarding somebody called the Hatchet Lady, which the story goes that she killed her fiance, but as they were telling the story, they said that the fiance that she killed, his name was Hector. So yeah, that's a hell of a quinky dinky. Now, as they explained further about the details of the Hatchet Lady, they said that the actual weapon that she allegedly used was not a hatchet, it was actually a hoe, but it didn't sound as catchy, so the name back then that they gave her was the Hatchet Lady. So that's the urban legend.
Ambrosio, we're going to talk about his daughter in a second. That was one of his children. But anyway, that would have been back exit right there in 1891.
I'm going to tell you guys a sad story. During the summertime, I was walking down the street in the room. This little gray and white cat came out from the road and ran over right in front of us. We all watched it die. It was sad. Not over the See, look, dog see ghost. What do you see, doggy? Oh, he was seeing something there. You guys see a cat?
He sees lunch. Alright, so the legend of this establishment here is that there is a woman by the name of Sarah that she haunts this place, and how she haunts it basically is that anybody who steps foot onto the property line here, you pretty much have to give her respect and say goodnight or goodbye to Sarah specifically. Say goodnight Sarah or goodbye Sarah. And if you don't, she's going to do things and she's going to mess with you. And he was telling us a story about the owner of the store that, like several people who've worked here before, who've been here before, that things would happen to them when they were here or when they would leave. So yeah, I'm not going to step foot on this, just in case. Alright, so allegedly down this alleyway here, this is where the woman in red by the name of Scarlett has haunted. There's also another spot that she's haunted before, in which one story that they told us on the tour was that some guys were hanging around this spot here, and then they see her all the way down over there, giving her a kind of look. When they came down to that way, she disappeared, and then some other weird stuff happened, but I don't know how true any of that story is. But let's go ahead and see if she's down here. Scarlet. Now, the description they gave of her, what she looks like, basically a pale-skinned woman with red hair, and often wearing a purple dress and black heels, and sometimes she's been described as being seen naked with nothing but a stocking, one of those what do you call it, those things that women put, a girdle, I think it is, or a guard belt, or whatever those things are called that they put on their legs. But this is where the story tells that she disappeared to. That the two guys followed her down here when she gave them the little come here kind of thing. And they say that this is the door that she disappeared into. And they said they could hear her calling them, telling them to open the door, but obviously they couldn't open the door. So, let's have a look. What the fuck was that? I'm kidding. I'm fucking with you. Yeah, let's go ahead and get out of here, though. Granted, I've got my gun on me, but I don't think a gun is going to do much against a ghost. And I'm going to take you to the other spot where she's been seen. Always check your sex. This little establishment right here that my flashlight is pointing out right now, back in the Old West, this used to be a saloon, and this is where the story of Scarlet comes from, where she allegedly haunts this building here. So the story of Scarlet is that she was the most popular saloon girl in this saloon here, and she was very thin. Pale white skin, fiery red hair. And she was the most attractive woman here, and a lot of the other saloon girls were very jealous because she was the most popular girl here, and all the guys wanted to be with her. And so some of the saloon girls, they basically stabbed her in the stomach, as they say, as the story goes. They stabbed her in the stomach and then spilling out her guts all over the place, and she died in this establishment. And over time, people claim to have seen a red-headed woman, sometimes naked, sometimes wearing a purple dress that she would always wear, out on the balcony of this building here. So, I haven't seen anything yet. What this place is now, it's just a souvenir shop. But yeah, they say that back then, they would, like, the girls would, like, you know, hang out outside the balcony here, and then men that were down here, they would point them out and say, hey, I want that one, I want that one. So she was always the one that they would pick out the most. Yep, that concludes my adventure here in New Mexico, Arizona, Utah, Colorado, and Nevada. This is my supernatural alien encounters trip. And, well, I had a lot of fun. I'm going to try something like this again maybe next year.